Hi, and welcome to Wisdom with Grace Yoga. My name is Sophie, and on this channel, I'm normally your manifesting yogini. However, today I thought we'd just practice yoga for yoga's sake. I went on a long hike yesterday and feeling like I need a little bit of restoration and stretch, so that's what this practice will be today. It'll just be a quick stretching yoga practice. If you like recovery from a workout or you just want to bring more stretching into your day. I will be using a few props in practice today, but I will give options for you if you don't have them. I have a couple of blocks, a bolster, and a blanket today. So when you're ready, put some calming music on and let's begin. So we're going to start today in what I like to call happy toe pose. So tucking all the toes under. I like to come into this posture slowly, just moving the hips back and forth, bringing the heels in towards each other. Make sure all 10 toes are tucked under. You can even bring your hands to make sure that pinky toe is under as well. And then pause here with pressing the hips towards the heels, and this might be enough sensation for you today. The goal of the poses isn't to get the most sensation. The goal is to find a place where we can breathe and find some stillness. If you want to come up and give a little bit more here, come up stacking the shoulders over the hips. You can also bring a nice addition here is to bring a blanket underneath, right on top of the calves, underneath the knees. One more breath here. And slowly coming out of this, move any props out of the way and untuck your toes and just tap the tops of your feet to the floor. Bring the hips back towards the heels, and this is one of my favorite quad stretches. You can use blocks under your hands if the floor is far away. Leaning back, bring the palms of the hands to the earth and lifting the hips up towards the ceiling, pressing through the shins. This is one of my favorite quad stretches. You can also lean your head back if that feels okay through the throat, finding a nice long stretch from the heart center all the way to the chin. Exhale, release the hips down. Bring the hands forward, and let's just move through a few cat-cows. Belly drops, gaze lifts, exhale, round through the spine. Moving here, finding any pause you like here for added stretch or sensation. And walking the hands just a palm's distance forward, tuck the toes under once again, and lift the hips and come into a down dog. Dragging the hands in towards each other, imagining there is people on either side of you. Are you able to hide your armpits from them? And from here, we'll lift the heels up off the floor, bend the knees, and press the hips away from the floor. So we're in this inverted V. And from here, lifting the heels a little higher, drop the heels over to the right hand side. Inhale, lift the heels and drop them over to the left. And back to center. Pedal out the feet, dropping one heel and then the other, bending through each knee. Pausing to get that calf stretch on both sides. Release the knees back down to the earth. You may want a blanket underneath your knees for this. Come into Anjaneyasana, runner's lunge, with the right foot forward. Bringing hands on either side of the front foot, send the hips forward and down. So we're almost onto the thigh of the left leg. And just hang out here. If the floor is far away, you can always grab a couple blocks. From here, if you have blocks, walk your hands a little closer to the hips and straighten through the front leg. Try to keep the left hip stacked over the knee. If you need to walk that right foot a little farther forward for that, then go ahead. And inhale, find a bit of a cow tilt here with the pelvis and the low spine. So we're not rounding here like a cat. We're sending the right hip back into the hip joint, hip socket, and lengthening here through the spine. Not important that you find your toes, but I like this added assist for my ankle joint. I've just been doing a lot of work with it. And release the right foot, send the right knee to meet the left, stepping the left foot forward into that runner's lunge. Send the hips back, walk the hands closer to the hips, and straighten through the left leg. Point the toes towards your face. Make sure the right hip is still stacked over the right knee. If not, widen out the legs a little. Find that bit of a cow tilt through the low spine. And forehead to knee. Soften through the front knee. Release. Step the left knee to meet the right. Bring the toes to touch and sit the hips back into a child's pose. Reaching the fingertips forward. Chin to the mat or forehead to the mat. From your child's pose, lift just halfway. Walk your hands over to the right and gently press the left hip back towards the heels. Maybe crossing the left palm over the right. Inhale, returning back to center. Pause here for a breath to lengthen out through the sides of the waist and over to the left-hand side. Pressing the right, perhaps placing the right palm on top of the left hand and pressing the right hip back towards the heels. Inhale, send the hands forward. And coming up onto hands and knees once again, preparing for Virabhadrasana Hero's pose. So I like to use a bolster for this, so bring that behind my feet. If you don't have a bolster, it's okay. We can make do without it. And bringing the knees to touch, the feet wider than the hips, so as wide as they can go here. And bring the toes in towards each other. The big toes come in towards each other, tops of the feet to the mat, and sit the hips back down between the heels. Maybe your bum can reach the floor here. And from here, you can come to your hero's pose, either coming, just leaning back onto your hands, maybe onto your elbows, or maybe to the bolster. I like to practice half hero's pose, which we will do now. Half hero works better for me and my body. And that bringing the knees to touch, and the foot comes behind you and coming to the top of the foot as much as you can here. And then you bring the bolster to your low back and recline from here. So one posture isn't more advanced than the other. We're all just honoring where our body is and what it needs today. One more breath here if you're in a half hero's pose. And to come out of this, you can bring your hands behind you. I like to lean over onto the left hip and just slide the right foot forward, catching the left heel, drawing the left ankle behind you, top of the foot to the floor, and leaning back to your other side. If you're in full hero, you can just stay right there. If you like to add another shoulder opener here, maybe grabbing opposite elbows and reaching the arms overhead to get a nice chest and shoulders, upper back. And then to come out of this, bringing your hands by your feet and using your upper body to press your way up, or rolling over onto the right hip if the right leg is extended. Extend both legs and just shake the knees out a few times. Windshield wiper the feet back and forth. Let's move into a forward fold, walking the hips back. Inhale, lengthen here through the spine, and exhale, fold forward. Inhale when you find the resistance, lengthen a little bit more, and exhale, fold. If you're feeling this a lot in the low back, I recommend getting a blanket underneath your seat to maybe minimize that and find more through the backs of the legs. Inhale, exhale slowly, rolling back up to seated. Reach the palms forward and slowly lower all the way down to your back. Draw the knees into the chest and give them a squeeze. Rocking side to side. And finishing out with one final twist, interlacing the hands onto the right knee. Extend the left leg and draw the right knee over to the left. Extend the right arm, gazing towards the fingertips and breathing here through the abdomen. Bring the right thumb to the right hip crease and press that right hip crease down. Find some length through the side of the waist. And then bring the hand back by your side. Inhale, drawing the right knee back to center. Draw the left knee in to meet it. Then extending the right leg. Left knee draws over to the right. And again, you can find that left thumb into the hip crease and just press down gently to invite some length here. Inhale, draw the knee back to center. Bring the knees into the chest and out wide for a happy baby. Flex through the feet. The hands come inside the knees. Peace fingers around big toes. Let's do that peace fingers around big toes here. It's a mudra. If you're struggling to reach the toes, then just place your hands onto the hamstrings. Feet are flexed towards the ceiling. Knees come down towards the armpits. Soft bend through the elbows. Invite some stillness here in your happy baby. Or dead bug. I think dead bug is still and happy baby moves around. Or I might have made that up. From here, draw the knees into the chest. All of this is made up anyway by somebody. And just rocking side to side once again, preparing for your final posture of class today. Shavasana. Extend the legs long. Shavasana is our final resting pose. Please take some time here. A short practice, so 5 minutes is all you need. I have a guided Shavasana in the description below if you'd like to scroll down and take a look-see. Otherwise, you can stay right here, turn all your technology off, and dissolve the past, dissolve the future, create some space for all of the love, peace, and possibilities to enter. Thank you for practicing with me today. Finish with saying namaste. Thank you.